You didn't have a concealed pistol permit, correct?
Yeah, I didn't publish.
Are you on probation or parole? You got to answer for me.
No,
Anybody force you to plead guilty?
no.
Okay, I'm gonna accept your plea to that charge under count one. I'm going to dismiss.
Chaos erupts immediately as Mr. Castillo faces a furious judge over unpaid rent, eviction confusion, and terrible legal advice. The court gives him another chance, but one mistake changes everything fast. Missing money, rising tension, and nonstop interruptions make this hearing impossible to ignore today. Subscribe now for more breakdowns.
This is 2600528. All right, all these, your name,
Yeah, let's see.
Once again, for the record, Your Honor, Daniel Land, number 8357.
all he said was have payment. I thought you gave me another excuse as to why you didn't.
Oh, no, we did. I was advised not to pay during that time period because I was being evicted and
You were not advised by me, you were advised by, hang on. Part of the issue here was, as I recall it, was that there was a termination of tenancy action. So your client wasn't going to accept the payment, I think. Is that not what I heard, or am I misunderstanding?
we went through terms, an eviction due to rent. Judge Hessen ordered me to pay on the 26th of December. I paid, judge was not, payment was not applied till somewhere around the 3rd, because they were waiting on word from the court of the process we just went through. So when I contacted an attorney, they had advised me to not pay until judgment.
Your Honor, and I think, just so the record is clear, I think Mr. Castillo got bad legal advice, because pursuant to MCLA 600.5779, when a termination case is pending, the tenant is still required to pay rent. So I'm not sure why he was given the advice that he was given, but the advice was incorrect. I'd also note, just so the record is clear, Mr. Castillo last had a zero balance in December of 2024. He came close in October of 25. He came close again. Well, he hasn't been close since then.
Yeah, but let me go back to what you just said. The landlord cannot accept payment when they've started a termination of tenancy action.
No, the law actually allows 600.5779.
Well, wait a minute. What about the Park Forest case? That was never, was it?
Park Forest does say that if the landlord accepts rent and leads a tenant to believe that
Right.
that's going to resolve things.
You have to take your hat off, sir.
But with that being said, 600.5779, which applies to manufactured home parks. So
Okay.
the termination action is pending, tenant is still required to pay.
Because there's a little difference in the,
And
he
I
owned the property is the point.
Park Forest, I believe, was an apartment complex.
Right, right. Okay. Well, look, I'm gonna set aside the default judgment. He's got the money to pay,
May I inquire whether it's in certified funds?
I have it in my bank right now. It's in cash, and I can turn it into money orders.
did you bring it with you
I have it right now. I can
in
withdraw it.
cash?
I have.
Wait a minute. Did you bring it in cash?
Not all the way to cash. No, I have it on debit card in my bank account right now.
You don't listen to me very well. Come on. I thought you were gonna bring the money with you. I don't want him sitting around here. Why aren't you listening to me? I mean, I've gone out to the property and looked at it twice early in the mornings with my court officer. How are you gonna take care of this now? When can you be back with the money?
So
Well, what's immediately?
obtain the money orders and come right back.
I don't know where you're gonna get the money orders. Where are you going?
I'm going to go to Walmart, get money orders. I can go to the bank.
You can't get to Walmart on Allen Road, man.
No.
So I don't want this guy waiting around here all day.
I can be back
Within an hour?
within the hour.
It's 10 minutes to 11 right now. What time are you gonna be back?
Be back in.
You don't listen very well. You do not listen very well. I told you to bring the money with you. These guys got better things to do. I'm setting aside the default judgment. But you don't have the money to pay right now, and I find that you owe the money. How much are you asking? I'm gonna give you a judgment again. That's what I'm gonna do, and we're gonna start the writ date over.
Very well, Your Honor.
Give me your-
Current balance is $3,168.91. And I believe that does not include the court costs. I'm checking now. No, it does not include the cost of 187.07. So that's going to take us to $3,355.98.
I'm giving them a judgment. I'm giving them a writ date of April the. It's gotta be the 13th. So I'm setting aside the default judgment. Judgment. My possession judgment will enter. 3355.40.98, and the writ date will be April 13th. You got to get him the money. I don't know why you don't listen to me very well, Mr. Castillo. I mean, if you didn't know how to fill out the motion, you should have inquired. You could have inquired of me. I would have explained it. Then you could have inquired of the civil department. Instead, you left. I told you to bring the money here. You come here with not enough money. I mean, you got to listen better and stop paying these guys so late. That's it. Thank you. You're going to prepare a judgment today?
Your Honor, we will file a judgment. Call my office right.
Thank you very much. Have a great time.
Thank
Enjoy
you.
yourself. Nice to meet you. All right. Kimberly Marie Galasha. 25W835356. Is Mr. Crawford out there?
He's not on Zoom.
Suddenly, the courtroom turns chaotic again when Kimberly Galasha cannot be located after her warrant was canceled earlier that morning. Court staff scramble, phones start ringing, and confusion spreads across the room. The judge tries piecing together conflicting information, while everyone wonders whether the defendant disappeared before proceedings resumed today.
He's not answering.
Is she in the building, Heather?
She has not been on Zoom, Judge, so I would say yes.
All right. Galasha, Gallotia.
And see,
Looks like the warrant was canceled today, so she must have come in. Hello? Hello? Is this Vince or Will? Vince, will you do me a favor? Find Mr. Crawford, tell him to come in. And if they're in yell out a name, Kimberly Galasha. She needs to come into the courthouse. It looks like she was here. We canceled the warrant this morning. Okay, thanks. Bye.
She must be walking.
Yeah, I think she is a walk-in.
Yeah, and if she was, I did not get the file, Judge, so I apologize. I did not know.
You're
this name.
fine. No, I think she wants to come in because the warrant was canceled. Mr. Crawford have another case of our.
He was working on a couple, but I don't know what he's doing, because he didn't want to answer your phone. He's got Brian Smolinski. Here.
Mr. Crawford in there? Okay, all right, thank you, thank you. Bye.
You call
He said Mr. Crawford just left there.
It's just sitting right next to him.
Mr. Haynes is ready on these two.
Did you have fun?
I did.
Good.
Did you?
I wasn't involved. Yeah,
That's great.
good. Glad to hear that. All right. Are these, there were
Yep.
people against, Bryce Isaiah Jacobs, 25W840947A and B.
Yeah, good morning, please. With me, Bryce Jacobs at the reports in randomly for me.
Okay, sir, is that what you want to do?
Yeah,
Your name?
Bryce Jacobs.
All right, so I'll enter a not guilty plea. We have two charges here. Possession of a concealed weapon, so I'm indicating he stands mute on both. We have possession of concealed weapon under count one. I understand he's going to plead guilty to that. That will be under the Home Vehicle Trainee Act. And then as to count two, that's going to be dismissed, true?
Yes.
Is that what you want to do, sir?
Yeah.
All right, if you plead guilty here to this, the possible penalties are up to 500 fines, 90 days jail, costs are all those. I'll take your plea under HIDA. I'll set terms and conditions after I order a pre-sentence report. If you're compliant with those at the end of the specified period, the case would be dismissed. And it would be a non-public record only. Do you understand that? Did you sign, read, and understand and advice of rights form here today? If you plead guilty, you'll be giving up all those rights, and we're not going to have a hearing or a trial. Do you understand that? All right. To the charged possession of a concealed weapon, how do you plead? On November 29 to 25 at 4:10 in the morning, were you on Western, Godeth, and Woodhaven in a motor vehicle?
Yes.
And did you have a concealed weapon?
Yes.
That was not a locked container and it was under the seat. Is that true?
Yes.
Loose?
Yes.
You didn't have a concealed pistol permit, correct?
Yeah. I didn't.
Are you on probation or parole? You got to answer for me.
No.
Anybody force you to plead guilty?
No.
Okay, I'm gonna accept your plea to that charge under count one. I'm going to dismiss count two on motion of the prosecutor. I'm gonna order a pre-sentence report. And then we'll have you back here for sentencing. Let me just double check something here. Yeah, give me 1 second, please. I never set bond conditions. Yeah. Were you ever printed on this case? You weren't fingerprinted, were you?
Yeah, I was.
No, let me just double check. Heather, can you double check that for me? I don't see the CCH in here. I see his traffic record. It's probably in the other file. I'm
Okay,
gonna
I'll run his
continue your
record.
bond. I'm gonna continue your bond to $300 on the 9478 case. I've dismissed the B, so I'm transferring that over to the A file. So essentially, you're gonna have 5,010% on the A file. You cannot leave the state without the consent of the court. You cannot violate any law or ordinance. You must appear in court as directed. No contact with prosecution witnesses. You're not to possess firearms. You're not to possess dangerous weapons. Do you understand all of that?
Yes.
All right. Okay, so I'm ordering a pre-sentence report. Those are your bond conditions. Again, you can't leave the state. You understand that, true
Yeah.
as well?
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna give you a sentence date. When will that be, Heather?
We could do April 15th at 8:30.
All right. Good with you guys? April 15th at 8:30. How long are you gonna be here, Mr. Haynes?
My last day is May 15th.
Can you do a court to school for me at Trenton High School? I'd love to have you.
What day?
April 30th. Is that the 30th?
Yes, at 9 o'clock.
Can't do it that day.
No. Okay, we'll do April 15th then. Go ahead.
Judge, I'm sorry, I just ran his record and I'm not showing that he was printed.
We'll do April 15th at 8:30. And you have to go over to get fingerprinted and photographed. I don't have an order. I'm writing it on the bond sheet.
They did that to me 2 times. They fingerprinted me.
Call over there, Heather, make sure something didn't happen, but you, otherwise, either way, you're gonna have to go over there unless she tells you you don't have to because there was a mistake and they have the prints taken. So you're gonna have to be over there by 1 PM today, okay? Do you understand that?
Is your print order still in the file, Judge, also?
Do not see it.
Okay,
I do not see it, but let me double check the other one. No, there was never a print order put in here, I don't think.
let me see if there was one printed too, that'll tell me.
So you'd have to go over there by 1. If she tells you you don't, that's fine, okay? And then she go down the hall, get your notice, and over to probation where you will be interviewed, okay? Pre-sentence report. Anything else?
Oh, yes. Thank you.
Good luck, sir. Thank you. Did you ever find Galasha?
Your Honor. She's not in the building. She didn't check in with me, so I don't know what that. Never checked in the front.
I don't know what happened on that.
Things become even more awkward when the court realizes Bryce Jacobs may never have been properly fingerprinted, despite claims it already happened. The judge immediately pauses proceedings, double-checks records, and orders him back before 1 o'clock. This moment shows how small procedural mistakes can suddenly create complications during hearings.
Yeah. One more, right? Yeah.
You got some.
Just got it going.
What's that?
Yeah.
As well,
I put one more on thing.
but it's filed the bond. Do you need to review this now before I do anything? So do
You
you
want to
want
speak to the prosecutor?
Okay. Yeah. Okay, can we bring cards down for me?
Okay.
Okay. I know that he's got to go get the $25 fee and bring that back, but I just didn't know if you need to.
Okay.
Okay,
Thanks.
yep,
Yes.
yeah.
Thank you.
Kimberly Marie Galash, 25W835356. Your name?
William Urick on behalf of the city of Woodhaven, Your Honor.
I'm confused. She hasn't been here. We canceled the warrant today. I've been calling her. She isn't here. You filled out a
Is
dismissal.
this the loitering in a controlled substance house, Judge?
You said controlled substance tested negative.
Correct.
Now
This
they
is
first.
off the docket. The defendant is not here. The warrant has been already withdrawn, I
How-
believe, from what I understand. So this, in essence, is a housekeeping motion to null and cross, Judge.
Okay, good enough. I thought so,
Get the
but I didn't know, how did the warrant end up being canceled? Because you asked for the file?
That I do not, I think that was correct.
Okay, that was the only thing that confused me. Your motion, case dismissed.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you very much. All right, what else do you have? Come on up here, ma'am. Alexis, Rachel, Leanne, Seiler, 26W840618 A and B.
Everyone has been in this tower's place. Before we reach every.
Ma'am, your name?
Alexis Rachel Ann Tyler.
All right, so I have an operating with the presence of drugs and a resist and obstruct. I'm entering not guilty pleas indicating defendant stands mute. So all we're gonna do then is set this for a We're just setting this for future. Just surprised they filled this out, cost of recovery. $1,000 personal bond. You cannot leave the state without the consent of the court or violate any law or ordinance. You must appear in court as directed. Did you get fingerprinted, ma'am?
Yes, sir.
$1,000 personal bond. No alcohol, no illegal drugs, no marijuana. You cannot leave the state. You cannot violate a law. You must appear in court as directed. If you want a court-appointed lawyer going forward, you're gonna have to fill out a petition for one, okay? And we'll give you a court date on this one out of Woodhaven. Heather, for when?
That'll be April 15th at 9:45.
April 15th at 9:45. Do you understand that, ma'am?
Yes, sir.
All right. Anything else?
No,
Good luck to you, ma'am. Again, if you want a petition for a court-appointed lawyer, you're gonna have to fill one out, okay?
Okay.
Thank you.
That's for court one, that's for.
Judge, there's a discovery order from the prosecutor.
That's for the lawyer? Yes.
Okay.
You don't need it, you won't, you don't. Yeah, you want a lawyer. You got one more. Exactly. Mr. Crawford has two more he's working on now.
And we also still have those 2 felony arraignments that Mr. Baldwin is still in on one and needs to speak with the other still.
Okay. So I filled out this order for discovery and the bond sheet. And so you can take those out. I'm putting them in the file A, the operating presence. All right. So you got 2 arraignments left.
Baldwin has two, Crawford's still working on two, Mr. Haynes has one.
Okay.
By the final moments, this courtroom session becomes a lesson about preparation, accountability, and courtroom procedure. From eviction disputes to weapon charges and missing defendants, every case carried consequences. The judge closes firmly, reminding everyone mistakes inside courtrooms can follow people long afterward. Like, comment, and subscribe for more stories.